This is a takeover. This is a displacement. You guys are wearing dresses. This is not how men dress. This is not how men dress.
Show me the U.S.
a gigantic poster on
Show
Friday.
me the U.S. code where it says that they're allowed to get Medicaid funding.
I will
Where is
put it out on social media.
It doesn't exist. In fact, the law says exactly the opposite. So
they're trying to repeal what the Republicans did this summer.
Scott, that is a lie.
We have a serious problem in this country with people who believe that violence is the proper response to speech, and that does skew young.
Mr. Hilton, right now, President Trump is enacting a policy of mass deportation. As you know, roughly half of California farm workers, which are an essential part of this state's economy, are undocumented. As governor, would you push to deport them?
So I'm the only immigrant on stage. I'm a legal immigrant.
Clarify your
I've answered the question, which is I will work.
Will you deport them? That was the question.
Well, would you, Antonio? Because the governor of California, as you know, doesn't make that decision. It is the president of the United States, elected by the country.
Will you oppose him?
Six of the people here don't even know who deports anyone. They just want emotions to rule the day, so you support them because they don't even know what the governor can and can't do.
Muslims are taking over Texas, and Texans are furious about it. Also, Ben Shapiro went on Bill Maher and absolutely dropped a truth nuke. Sit back, relax, and let's get into this video, shall we?
Why are you guys dressed like Americans?
I'm a takeover. I am American. I've been in Texas.
This is not how Americans dress.
It is.
No, it's not. This is a takeover. This is a displacement. You guys are wearing dresses. This is not how men dress. This is not how men dress. You guys are dressed like women, though, out here.
Islamification is in your heart.
Your ability to practice your religion is one thing,
what Jesus did.
but you guys are changing the culture, the dress, the style of language, everything. All of the street corner sides are different.
Dress code in school, in high school. I have to wear what Americans wear, right? We're all Americans.
Okay, so why don't you dress like an American now? So you went to high school dressed like an American now, but you're dressed like a terrorist invader.
What do you mean there's a way to dress like an American?
Yes, there is. Like the police officers are wearing belts, they're wearing pants, they're wearing shoes. That's how Americans are dressed. Do you guys want to see the Islamic takeover of America? Do you want to see all white Christians be expelled from our homelands? Do you guys want to see Americans deceased and Islamic people?
To be fair, when you go to other parts of the world and you dress like somebody from America or someone from Canada, you get looked at and treated very similarly to this, and people don't cry racism or nothing. It's just like, oh yeah, okay, I'm in a different part of the world, I guess I'm gonna do my best to try and fit in. And that's never the case in America. Foreigners that come to America, come to North America, don't try to fit in at all. They try to change North America to fit how their culture was back home. And I don't know, it seems to be like a lot of people are pissed about it. Let me know how you feel about this. Is there a Muslim takeover actually happening, or is it just kind of being blown out of proportion?
Minnesotan who works as a lineman or works as a construction worker, works in any job that requires hard work, dedication, focus, who's worried about his ability to support for and provide his family. And then imagine that he has a neighbor who's a Somali refugee who arrived 2 years ago and has a Mercedes and no financial stress and no worries at all in the entire world and never seems to ever go to work at all because he just went to an office in the state, lied on a piece of paper, and got unlimited free money forever for life. That is the system that is being run, and that is the corruption that this task force under the leadership of the vice president is going to demolish.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to disagree with that. You've got foreigners that are coming to North America and they're just abusing the system, sucking at the teat of the taxpayers, and people are fed up. They're absolutely fed up. Immigration is not what it once used to be. It's no longer good quality migrants. It's kind of bad actors that are abusing the system. We've all seen it.
Other debate about who's going to get taxpayer-funded Medicaid in this country, that's what the memes are about. That's what the fight is about. Democrats want to make it about this subsidy issue. They don't run out to the end of the year, by the way. But the real thing is they filed legislation to repeal what the Republicans did this summer. And so these two issues have been conflated. But the fact is, they don't just want the subsidies. They want other things, and the president is drawing attention to it, I think, in a pretty clever way. We just had a national emergency about telling jokes. I don't know why people can't take a joke.
Medicaid is still not going to illegal immigrants, Scott.
It is.
And
it really does.
It's not.
It really does.
So
it does in several blue states.
Scott, no, it's not.
It really does.
Listen, the part of the bill that deals with the money that goes...
It actually does. I don't know why she's lying about this, but it really does.
To states, it doesn't say anything about their immigration policy. So red state or blue state, those states are getting less money from the federal government. That still has to be dealt with, and that has nothing to do with immigration. And again, Medicaid does not go to undocumented immigrants. SNAP does not go to undocumented immigrants. CHIP does not go to undocumented immigrants.
It absolutely does.
I don't know. I mean, Scott, prove me wrong.
How many blue states?
Show me the law.
How many blue states? Mike Johnson showed it.
Scott, show me the U.S.
in a gigantic poster on
Show
Friday.
me the U.S. code where it says that they're allowed to get Medicaid funding.
I will put it out on social media
it
after
doesn't,
the show.
It doesn't
and
exist.
I will be right, and you
in fact,
will be
the
wrong.
law says exactly the opposite. So
they're trying to repeal what the Republicans did this summer.
Scott, that is a lie. Okay.
It's not a lie. They literally go on Medicaid in California. It's openly promoted by Gavin Newsom. Come on, stop lying on CNN like this. It's weird.
So my first question, true or false? I think the real war is not between left or right. It's for the people it's between the people on both sides who want a war and the people who don't.
I mean, I think that's accurate. I knew Charlie for 13 years, and when he was a kid, he was like an 18-year-old kid when I first met Charlie. I watched him, grow into a man and watch him, get married and have a couple of very young kids. And
there's no explanation. There's no justification for what happened to him to be justified. It's absolutely disgusting. It's because people are being radicalized, mostly due to mainstream media's constant programming, brainwashing people, calling people these radical names and allowing for radical rhetoric to exist. We didn't used to live in a time like this. I don't know what the heck has happened. Well, I do know. Radicalization is happening right in front of us, right? And it's predominantly by the left, and it's led to so much political violence that we've seen today.
Is that what he made his living doing, and what he actually did quite well, made himself really good at this, was just going and talking to people on the other side, and that's what he was killed doing. He was literally in the middle of answering a question and picked up the microphone. I was shot in the throat. And we do have a serious problem in this country with people who believe that violence is the proper response to speech, and that does skew young. We have a serious problem in this country with people who believe that violence is the proper response to speech, and that does skew young to speech, meaning that 42% believe that there are some times that violence ought to be a response to speech, which is...
It's absolutely crazy. It's gotten out of control, and something needs to happen. I mean, mainstream media needs to start actually being responsible for the craziness they're putting out there, because, I mean, it's going to lead to more unnecessary deaths or assassinations or attempted assassinations, for crying out loud.
I never, honest to God, thought that we were going to get to this point. Even the assassination of political figures is not the same thing as just being shot in the throat for the crime of debating issues in the public square. And I thought wrong. I thought that's not what America is or what it should be about. And we've come to someplace incredibly dark in our nation's history. And, I weep for the country. I weep for Charlie.
I don't know if this is even something that's fixable, because even Bill Maher's, own audience laughs when he says that President Trump got almost assassinated just the other week, and they laugh, and he goes, "You people are idiots. You're crazy for laughing at this. What the hell's the matter with you?" So I feel like so much damage has been done, so much TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, and I don't know if it's fixable, but I can only hope it's fixable.
Mr. Hilton, right now, President Trump is enacting a policy of mass deportation. As you know, roughly half of California farm workers, which are an essential part of this state's economy, are undocumented. As governor, would you push to deport them?
So I'm the only immigrant on stage. I'm a legal immigrant, and Americans support immigration when it is properly controlled. And what we saw under the Biden administration, open borders, undermined everybody's support for immigration. And as governor, I've made it very clear, although it is the federal government's responsibility to determine and implement immigration policy, I think it's important that all the laws are peacefully enforced. And as governor, I would make sure that we work with the federal government to enforce our laws.
So you'll deport them.
Expect.
So just to clarify, Mr. Hilton, do you support deporting the...
Nobody had an issue with immigration until they started having an issue with immigration due to insanely lax laws that flooded the gates, right? It's bananas. It is very much fixable, but the radical left and CNN are trying to do everything in their power to fight it. I think that they want chaos. I think it helps their ratings because when there's a shooting, when there's an attempted assassination, it gets clicks and views for the mainstream, and they just love it and they eat it up. Literally, they would like to probably see President Trump get, another attempted assassination because then they can do a whole weeks-long segment on it. It's really, really disgusting when you think about it.
Those undocumented farm workers?
The policy on deportation is the exact same policy that we saw with President Obama. In fact, the numbers of deportations.
Bro, it's the same guy. It's the same guy that did the deportations for Obama is doing it for Trump. And the people that on the left that liked it when Obama was doing it are now hating it when Trump is doing it for the sole fact that it's Trump doing it. I mean, that's crazy to me. It's insane. But this is the programming that's happening because, again, it brings in money for people like CNN, networks like CNN. Can you call it retarded? Because I think this is the perfect definition of retarded.
Right now in our country and in California, a slightly
but just
lower.
To clarify your
can you answer the question?
Just to clarify your
I've answered the question, which is I will work.
Will you deport them? That was the question.
Well, would you, Antonio? Because the governor of California, as you know, doesn't make that decision. It is the president of the United States elected by the country.
Will you oppose him?
Six of the people here don't even know who deports anyone. They just want emotions to rule the day, so you support them because they don't even know what the governor can and can't do. Or if they do, they're lying to you.
Oh my goodness. It's not even up to the governor to deport, and CNN's trying to get all these little one-liners to try to turn this into some sort of headline for clicks and views. It's literally up to the president of the United States on whether or not people get deported. This is what's so wrong with America right now. CNN is literally a leech on society, trying to push agendas, trying to formulate and manipulate their own narrative for stuff like this. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. All we have is each other in a time like this where we can come together and realize, hey, these people are stupid. So that being said, hit the like, subscribe, share it to somebody. Share this video to somebody so they can see how stupid and radical CNN is. On that note, look forward to seeing you guys in another one. Bye for now.